Hey guys, welcome to Nate's Supra. Um, I've been working on pretty cool project, I would say. It's not like anything crazy. It's not like I'm tuning my engine up to 1,000 horsepower or nothing. But something that's been taking me a while. Okay, and I think I'm probably about a week left to finish it. There was one part that I realized today that if I want to do it right, I probably need to get that part to put it in. Um, and so well, I'll give you a preview. What I'm working on is keyless entry for the car. And so yeah, like I said, there was one part where I was like, oh, to really do this right, I really kind of need to get that part. And so um, all that to say, I'm about a week away from finishing it on this car. I'm pretty glad about that. I think it'll be really nice to have. I've gotten some unwanted attention before with this car, and so even just the ease of it, especially because the locks don't work particularly well, which I am part of the video is cleaning those up. Um, but yeah, I'm hopeful that that will kind of add an extra layer of security for the car. So, but in the meantime, I wanted to show you guys something that I got my hands on recently. These are two catalog pieces specifically for my car, I believe. I don't know if this one is year specific or not as I look at it. Yeah, I don't see anything. But this one is for sure year specific. And so I'll start with this one. This one's the shorter one, but it's actually the one that I actually think is I'm a little more excited about. I'll put it that way. Just to start off, I personally am not big, I'm not super sentimental generally. I'm not like I need to collect all the memorabilia that comes with whatever I've got, certainly not with a car. Although if there was anything that I would be like that about, it'd probably be this car, so for what it's worth. But these kind of were available recently, and so I was like, sure, why not? Let's get it. And so this is like the spec sheet for a Mark 3 Supra. Okay. I'm guessing it's pre 89. However, the only thing that would make it clearly post 89 would be is if they either showed a picture of the back, which they don't, or if they had some information about the 1J, the twin turbo 1J. And that really would only be specific if it was in Japan, I believe. I don't know that the 1Js were put in these cars in the US at all. But the first page of this just kind of goes over the performance of the car, the 0 to 55 and 0 to 60 times, and quarter mile, 40 to 60, slalom, acceleration, even how many and then you've even got a little diagram of the engine map, torque and horsepower. So yeah, and then you open it up. And actually I'm gonna flip open the back part first. So the back is all the data, basically, features and data. So here you have all the features, and it goes over what was standard, optional, or not available in between the turbo and the non-turbo versions of this car. So yeah, like I said, kind of fun. I guess one thing that would show that this is clearly a pre-89 is let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see, it was an option in both. The super monitor. Okay, the super monitor is still on this. I don't believe that was an option after 89. I think they did away with it because it just wasn't popular enough. So yeah, this is more than likely for a 89 or 89 plus, which mine is. And then yeah, here you have all of the data as far as what this car was. It's like you have the steering type, you have the body construction, what type of brakes it had, what type of suspension it had, You know, kind of goes through all the different dimensions. It is kind of funny to me. They list all the different dimensions here, and they separate it between the turbo and non-turbo, but they're all the same. All these physical exterior dimensions are the same, as well as the interior. But yeah, kind of even going through, I mean, it literally has, this is how much leg room you have in the front and in the rear. And you can see you've got 24, is that inches? Yeah, 24 inches in the rear. So for, you know, all of you who are shoving your friends in the back seat of this car, that's what you're subjecting them to. But yeah, and then obviously you got like all the engine differences up here, you know, the different engine things, different engine ratings and types. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, very, very, you know, I'd say pretty interesting even. You can see gas mileage was certainly not an issue. There was not a concern with this car when it was made. 23 miles a gallon on the highway. That's only better, I think, than the van that I take for my family. So, and then on the other side, you've got this. This is really cool. This is like a full cutaway of the entire car. And you know, you see like, you know, the suspension right here. You see the rotary. They took away the caliper, it looks like. But you know, you got a cutaway of the engine here. And this one is a turbo. So here's your intercooler. And yeah, obviously the radiator. You even have the steering column here with the you got the transmission, then the drive shaft, and then the diff, and then it shows the top of the suspension there. So I don't know, I thought this was really cool. This is the one that I'm probably a little more attached to or interested in than the other one. And actually, as I look at it now, I see it does say 87 Supra. So so this is literally for my car, just mine's black instead of red. It even has the same interior color as that one does. And then this is also interesting. I was told this was for an 87, and I think it is. But the thing that makes it tricky, so this is a catalog, but it's in Japanese, so I can't read it. I don't read Japanese. The guy I bought it from said he was Japanese, or well, I didn't just say. I'm sure he is. The guy I bought it from is Japanese. But yeah, I mean, at the very least, it's some cool pictures, you know, and some of the different options that were available in Japan specifically. You know, this is 3-liter GT turbo. I think in the US they really just came in turbo or non-turbo. I don't think they had some of the different designations. So yeah, kind of same thing, 3.0 GT turbo. And that's really kind of what these first couple pages are all about, I guess. 3-liter turbo. But then you get the GT twin turbo. Apparently that was an option in Japan even as early as 87. I did not think that the twin turbo was an option until after 90, but in 87 it was apparently an option. And then just the GT. I don't know if this is maybe that naturally aspirated one. Yeah, again, all the descriptions here are in Japanese. It's just the titles are in English writing. So some more 3.0 liter turbos. I would be interested in getting my hands on some leather seats for this. I think those are sharp. But yeah. So you can see this is the left-handed version. Here is the other thing that's kind of throwing me off about this. He was pretty clear that this was 87. So this is an 89 plus wheel, okay, because it doesn't have the airbag, but it has the digital dash. Now that was definitely a Japan only option. But yeah, I really that was another thing I thought was definitely a post 89 option, was the digital dash, but apparently it was an option in the 87. or the pre-89, which also, just to make sure it's clear, these are pre-89 butts on the cars. So these are definitely pre-89. That's not the version that the post 89. That's not the lights of the post 89. And so then we got a bunch of, no, actually. So now we get into a lot of info about the 7M GTE. Yeah, I wish I could read this. I might try to see how Google Translate does with it. Google Translate's a little hit or miss sometimes when it comes to translating. But yeah, like they're definitely highlighting the 7M. 7M twin cam 24 turbo. And yeah, they have like some descriptions here of the valves and even just some of the intake piping, intake and exhaust piping. And then here are some other engine options that were apparently available. At first I thought maybe this was the 1J, but I actually think this might be the 1G. Like this might be something before. I need to do some research on my Toyota engine options. But this is the 1G twin turbo, which is interesting. Yeah, I'll need to kind of, maybe even convert some of these power numbers to figure out how much power it was making. But yeah, that does not look like a 1J to me. That looks more like the 7M, but it's different. So, and then we got a twin cam non-turbo version of the 1G, I guess, and then a 1G2. So, yeah, again, need to do a little more research to kind of learn more about how that works. Yeah, you can see the way that they did the piping for the 1G twin turbo here, which is kind of fun. Honestly, it looks pretty sharp. I might see if I can reroute my piping to look like that. That might be a little tricky though, but we'll see. So then we got, I guess, some stuff about the engine and the diff. Maybe even a Toyota computer controlled system. Okay, so this is for the ECU. Yeah, all kinds of info. I just wish I could read it. Go into the TEMS and how the suspension works. Yeah, if anybody here is interested in in getting this, feel free to reach out to me. It is something, it's cool enough to me that I don't know if I'd want to get rid of it for free unless there was a really compelling reason. But yeah, I'd be willing to send it to somebody if they were interested in looking at it, even translating some of this. No clue what this is. I guess maybe some sort of controller under the dash. It might be for the TEMS. The different wheel options, none of them are the ones that are on all the US cars, the shark tooth or sawtooth or whatever they're called. We got the some info about the steering. I'm looking, and I do not believe that's progressive power steering, which at least in the US that wasn't an option this early yet. So it looks like it's regular power steering, which is what people usually prefer. Here's some more pics, some stuff about, I guess, windows, maybe? I don't know. Bumpers, I don't know, maybe this stuff's about safety, I don't know. Yeah, there's no English writing on this at all, on this page. So then you got about the interior, showing you the differences between the two dashes, the digital and the non-digital dash. Just different stuff about the seats and air conditioning, all that kind of stuff. It's really kind of neat. I guess the audio is something they were proud of, and so they put some stuff about that. And then kind of a last page with some pictures of the cars, and I'm guessing these are just different stats about them. So, and then, oh, actually, I didn't notice that opened. Okay, so actually, this is all the options for the cars. Yeah, some more data about it if you can read it. Yeah, like I said, I thought that was kind of cool. I figured I'd share it with you guys. So hopefully I'll be dropping a video in the next week or so, kind of showing installing the keyless entry on the car. So thanks, guys. Bye.